Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday night, at least where I'm at, and probably Wednesday morning for some of you. Hope you had a great day, a great night, wherever you're at in the world. And we're going to be pulling beautiful messages of love from above. And I'm excited to see, as always, what we can learn as we ask questions of Spirit. Before we get started, I do want to send love out to the world. If you'd like to join me, I definitely welcome that. And whether you're watching this live or on replay, we can meet outside of time and space because that's where that love energy is. And so whether you're watching this on replay or watching it right now, let's all join together and we can send love out to the world. So I'm just going to take a deep breath and come back to right here, right now. And just let that love cascade down into our heart, fill us up, and flow out to the world. And if you are in need of unconditional love right now for your heart, if it's feeling broken or aching, just in need of love, or your mind, if there's fears, instability, body, if there's pain, if you have a loved one in need of love to be sent to them, or a situation, we send love to you right now. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so very much for joining me and allowing me to do that. And we will get started here. Let me just clean up some stuff here and we will get going. I do want to make sure everyone knows that we're going Mercury retrograde, full retrograde here in a couple of days. And so if you haven't checked out your weekly energy update that we put out last Saturday, here is the link for that. There is, of course, a video for each individual zodiac sign. And then also, in relation to those, I do a 30-minute free recorded reading giveaway each week. And here's the video for that that tells you how you can get into the drawing for that. And this will be the last one officially, because I was going to do it for every weekend up until the new year. And here comes the new year on Sunday. So we're still figuring out what I want to do and how I want to do it for contests or drawings for next year. So I'm excited. If you do have any ideas of what you would like to see, what kind of contests, just put them in the comment of any of the videos. I do see them all. I do look at them all. Usually reply to them all. And sometimes not timely, depending on how many there are. But I do usually do it within 24 to 48 hours. So I'd love to hear your ideas around that. But I think that's all the videos I want to talk about right now, because I am excited to get into the readings. So let's pop out. Oops, take a look here. There we go. Helps if you click on the right button. And let me just shrink this down so I can see. All right. Hope everyone had an amazing, amazing day. Can't believe the new year is coming up here. All right. So there we go. So we are good to go. And as always, I do honor donations as a exchange of energy. And so because of that, when there is a donation, I do step out of the free readings, complete those, and then go back in order, first come, first serve, as we go down the list. And right on cue, because you couldn't have planned it any more exact. So we will start with Christy. She just made a donation. Thank you so much. and we will do that, and then I will go in line and continue going down that way. So thank you. That was funny. It's like just as I said that, boom. All right. So we will get started. Christy, thank you for your donation. And you'd like an angel ancestor reading for the new year. Absolutely. And I did break out some angel reading cards. They're so beautiful. If you can see those. Video just doesn't do it justice. They're just beautiful. And so that's what we're going to pull for you. Let's see what they have for you, Christy. All right. So what would you like Christy to know for this new year? All right. So you got the Angel of Detoxification. What a beautiful card. That is card number 22, master number 22. Go figure, you'd get a master number. And 22 for me is, 11 is us really mastering and achieving a lot about understanding our human experience. And 22 is when we really wake up to our higher self and who we really are and realize we're so much more than the human character. And then 33 is when they join together, and they, you know, walk hand in hand because 11 plus 22 is 33. So it's not the ego fighting against the spirit and spirit fighting against the ego. It's our spirit is what completes our ego, and they walk together hand in hand. They don't fist fight. So I like that. So your body is healthy, happy, and healed, is what the little title of Angel of Detoxification for a New Year. I love it. And it says, you have received this card because your angel of detoxification wants you to know that he is by your side. And at times, your body can become overly stressed from the pressures placed upon you during your daily life. Your angel of detoxification is letting you know that when this happens, he will assist you to detoxify your body. And this will allow you to clear out any stresses, addictions, bad habits, or unhealthy food that you may be consuming. This in turn will help you deal with your stress. So from this day forward, starting right now, your angel will assist you in changing your lifestyle so that you will be able to live a healthier, more focused, stress free life. Now is the time to start eating healthy food. Your angel will give you the strength to give up or at least cut back on addictive foods, alcohol, substances, soft drinks, and caffeine. Not my caffeine. You may wish to eat more clean food such as fresh fruit and vegetables and cut back on sugary items like cakes, sweets, and chocolates. Why are they being so mean to you? Why it is for you, right? I know I've been eating so many sweets this holiday. I know. Well, you can have like dark, it says that or cut back on. That's what I zeroed in on. It says cut out or cut back on. I'm gonna highlight that. So I like that. Um, let's see. Yeah. Or you may wish to cut back on fast foods that are high in fat and carbohydrates. So your angel of detoxification is not here to punish you or make you feel guilty about your life choices. He's here to guide you and give you the wisdom that you could use to make the best, healthiest choices that will allow you to have a happy, healthy, stress-free body. Okay. Remember to consume any type of food or beverage in moderation. Of course, every now and then you're allowed some of your favorite items, even if unhealthy, in small doses. So I like that. The affirmation for the card: I allow my angel of detoxification to guide me in my life choices of healthy food and beverages. I'm now guided to consume food and beverages that are beneficial to have a healthy mind, body, and spirit. I know. What kind of crap is this? I want a different rating. but uh but that's what they have for you. So I like it. You know, I hear it too, whenever I'm doing readings for all of you, I'm hearing things. I'm like, yeah, cutting back on sugars. I drink a pot of coffee a day. I'm like, okay, let's bring it down to like half a pot, and I'll drink more tea, and then less, and drink more water, more tea. So I hear it. You're not alone, but that's what they have for you, Christy. I feel like I need to give you another card here somewhere. I'm gonna give you a little guardian angel heart card too, so that you know that they love you. Something to make us feel better about this, but it's for us, I know. There was something I read once that really impacted me. It's like, "Eat like you love your body," and I'm like, "Oh, yeah." Maybe it's a time for a change, right? All right. I know, right? Oh, no. Look, and you got a guilt card. Guilt. Yay! See, that even said it. They're not doing it for guilt. Says you do not need another's approval to feel worthy of love, regardless of what you've done or what you think you've failed to do from your soul's perspective. There's neither right nor wrong. Every experience in life is here to help you expand your awareness of love so that you may embrace ever greater spheres of wisdom. You've done nothing wrong. I love it. You've done nothing wrong. See, here's your get out of or get into the cake aisle or the chocolate aisle free card. But there's no guilt. It's just for you, and it's helping your body be more stress free. But it says moderation, or it didn't even say you have to totally cut it out. It says just cut back on. Don't deprive, because deprivation, it just, I know what that does. When I'm like, no, I'm not going to eat any sweets, and I go a week without any sweets, and then I'm like, and then I get a whole thing of donuts and just rah, 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 because that deprivation feels like you're punishing your body. It's just backing off on, right? So I like that. So that's what they have, at least for the start. That's what they're just wanting a healthier, stress-free you, and it's for us, right? So, but that's what they have. So many blessings to you, Christy. Again, thank you so much for your donation. I promise I will not buy chocolates with it. All right. So, Fiona, thank you for your donation as well. Hey, will you get the job? All right. All right. So, will you get the job? You did an interview today, and you want to move soon. You want to know about your relationship and what. Okay, let's take a look here. So, will you get the job that you interviewed for today? And then you also want to know about your relationship and what 2023 has for you. So, what about relationship? Right. Hmm. Okay, I like that. And then anything else for 2023? Okay. So what is okay? We'll start with these. So as far as did you get the job here? Excuse me. So you've got the hermit card, which does have to do with you. Is it a work from home job? Because this would tell me like a work from home for some reason. But The Spirit of Wands and the Ten of Wands here does show an ending. You did invest a lot of energy into, this, getting a job, doing all of this, and I see with the Spirit of Wands, which is the King of Wands, that, this is, being able to almost entrepreneur energy too, interesting enough, but it is about you really focusing your energy and being able to get things done and really move forward here. So kind of feel like almost spirit is like, have you thought about starting your own business or work like something that is like work from home kind of online business? That's a side note there. I feel like they're saying there's something more in tune with your higher self here about like where you want to do, what you want to do, with your life, because it just feels like it's such a burden. And I keep on coming back to this working independently as your own boss too. So um, I kind of feel like with all of this that I kind of feel like this is what this job will feel like. Like I feel like you're gonna get it, and it's gonna be like, ugh, it's so much work, and it's really not what I want to do, but it'll pay the bills for now. And I feel like spirit is telling you just really um, spend some time, because this represents your higher self too, this card. And here's your higher self up here. And the hermit is about withdrawing and spending time with your higher self. But I also feel like this is such a in working out of your home. And being your own boss too. So if you're wanting to do some sort of side hustle, as they call it, or start taking steps towards living your dream, running your own business, like something that makes your heart sing, I feel like this is what they're trying to nudge you toward. This is what you're going to feel like at this job. You're just going to feel like a workhorse or a work camel. and you know but I feel like there's like it's okay, you can get the money, but you can use some of that to start funding your dream. I really feel like, this is the star card is the wish upon a star card too. So I kind of feel like they're nudging you towards that. But I feel like you're gonna get it. And it's like, yeah, okay. But you know, it will help you step towards your dream. And then, interestingly enough, when I asked about your relationship, you've got uh, your relationship, and so I do feel like a new level moving up in your relationship here in 2023. Ten of Pentacles, abundant feeling. The Fool card is about letting old cycles go and new adventure. So definitely new levels of love coming in here in your relationship that it makes you feel bountiful and full, and just abundance within the relationship too, which I really really like. So I like that. And then we asked what else for 2023, and you got the movement of swords, which would be the Knight of Swords, and the movement of wands, which is the Knight of Wands. So you got two knights. So next year is this beautiful quest for higher truths, seeing beyond your, thoughts, beliefs, and mindsets that have made you feel limited and small in the past. I really feel both with that relationship and with job and career, you just take steps. You just really knowing and seeing that you can move beyond these limiting beliefs you had about, "Well, I can't start up my, baking company." Like you want to bake or you want to cater or you want to whatever this job out of your home kind of thing that came up. It's like you can do this, you can do it, you can live your dream. And I feel like you're like busting through these limitations next year with that, because of that. And it also because of the Knight of Wands, which um, this night quest after the higher knowledge, the capital T truths that cut away limiting beliefs. And the Knight of Wands uh, pursues the Ace of Wands, which is getting your power back, knowing that It's not the outside world that limits you and controls you. It's your own mind, your own energy. Because when you focus on what you feel is missing or what you um, have in your life that you don't want or that you fear, that grows and that expands. But when you switch it with that Ace of Wands, is what that knight is pursuing, and you focus on what you're grateful for and what you do want, and unconditional love and gratitude and joy and peace, and it just that expands instead. So I really feel next year is a year where you really understand your power and understand you are the one that holds the key to a happy and overflowing life. So, what a year. I like that. It's all about me in 2023. I tell you, I am going to design some t shirts because I love that. Living my destiny in 2023. That's another one. See, I'm going to get these. But that's what they have for you, Fiona. So, thank you again so much for your donation. I greatly, greatly appreciate that energy exchange. All right. So Jay Lynn, trail mix is a good substitute that helped me with dark chocolate cranberry mix store bought. That sounds good. Yeah. Some healthy with the chocolate, huh? I like it. Okay. So thank you so much. I love you guys. Just help each other out and so much love. I just am so happy to have us all here as a soul family. So thank you for being here. All right, so let's start on the free readings. And first up, hello, Kritika. And you will be next here. It looks like Rishi snuck in between your hello and your request. So we will take care of that there. Thank you. I am so honored to be able to do this. So thank you for your appreciation. I do am grateful for that as well. So let's take a look here. You like a message from your spirit guides? Absolutely. Okay. I do want to do tarot. So let me. Okay. I like it. Anything else? Nope, this is it. This is enough, I tell you. So you have the innocence of wands, the page of wands, you have new drive, new ambition, new passion, new inspiration. Something wonderful is coming into your life that's just going to really spark you and excite you about your life. I mean, you've got the wheel of fortune coming in here. So the wheel is turning into something where you feel fortunate. I love the wheel of fortune. It's like the fortune. Life is happening for you. And I really feel like this spark, this wonderfulness is what is, you get this because of this changing that's coming in here. And you have the spirit of pentacles, the king of pentacles, abundance, fullness, wholeness in your life, this overabundance coming in. So, whatever this changes, it is going to bring you in this feelings of abundance in your life. And the Ace of Pentacles there does also have a wonderful impact to your sense of your worth in relation to the outside world, which I like. It just shows, sometimes just when something great happens in the outside world, that you just are like, our human needs some validation. It needs a win, occasionally. It's our ego, it's part of our human life, and it's okay. It's not like, oh, we have to totally kill it. It's like, just like when you say, I appreciate all you do, my human side is like, oh, it really feels good, right? And our human needs a win, and your human gets a win. And it's very soon here. I just feel that it's your angels and your guides and your spirit guides going, hang on there. It's a coming. Just, you know, hold on just a little bit longer. Don't give up hope. Don't give up. You're just like, it's gonna come fast with that wheel of fortune that's spinning, and it's gonna make you feel abundant and full and excited about life again. So I really like that for you. So that is what your spirit guides have for you. So many, many blessings to you, Rishi. All right. Continue going down our list here. You guys are so stop. All right. So Kritika, you are up next. So you want to know what happened with Anavesh? Why is he angry with you? Does he is he going to call you and talk with you? Right. Absolutely. You are very welcome. Let's take a look here and see what's going on with Anavesh. Okay. So as the cards come out, Spirit is saying that his anger is fear, and so we are asking what happened to him? What is he fearing? Why is he expressing anger? Because it means he's in fear of something. So let's take a look here and see what is going on here. Okay, and is he going to call you? Well, let's see about that. Because here's this tower card, which is it feels like the fear is that there's something that's leaving his life, something that's being removed, and it's just I feel like this isn't about you though. I feel like you just got the brunt of it. Like he just blew up, and but it's because something else is going on in his life. There's this something being removed out of his life, which is sparking. Um, the Ace of Wands is usually, new passion, new drive, new ambition, but I feel like it's new fire. Here's the new so there's something that sparked in their life, but I don't feel like it is in a what they feel is in a positive way because like the wheel of fortune is nice because it means our human side feels like it's fortunate that it's coming, but when this comes, and at first we don't feel fortunate, even though anything that happens in our lives is always happening for us. Our human always doesn't agree with us. Our human side doesn't always agree with us when that's happening, especially when this happens. When an old dilapidated shack burns down that we have, we're like, that was the only shack I had. And we don't like it when it's burning down because we're freaking out and we're excited, and so we're acting out and, hey, what are you just standing there? Grab a bucket and help me put out this fire. And I feel like that's what happened to you, is that he's like, run, what are you doing? Just rah, 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 and you just caught him at a time that it just you're like, whoa, okay, what's going on? um but after the shack burns down, then the insurance people come and they're like, hey, you were fully insured, and we're going to take all this away. We're going to put you up in a nice hotel while we build your upgraded home that, this is going to replace this. It's going to be like so much better than your shack. And it's like, oh, okay. Then our human goes, oh, this is fortunate for me, but when this is happening, they're not feeling like it is. So I feel like there's something going on with them in their world that they just took it out on you. They're just grumpy, in fear, a hissing cat. When a cat's upset and you try to pet it, it just is going to hiss and scratch you and whatever. And I feel like that's what happened to you. Is like, wow, I got the brunt of someone scared the cat, and the cat came up running over me and scratched me while they were fleeing and attacking. And you're like, okay, so it's not about you, it's about what's going on in their world. Something spawned fear with that. I feel with the Empress card here, this is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and new birth and newness. So I kind of feel like this is what does he call you and talk with you? I feel that they will reach back out to you, that you will communicate with them again. And when that happens, just be nurturing. Just understand it's not about you. And yeah, because he's kind of in a crossroads right now. It might be a little while because he's just dealing with all this stuff. He's like pulling inward, And then, there's the uh, king. This is the spirit of cups, the king of cups, which is ruling over their emotions and balancing their mind and their emotions. So they're kind of going back and forth between hiding, running like a cat, when we're in fear, we hiss and we tack and then run. And that's what I feel is he's done. But he's also it's balancing out. And so once that balances out, he'll contact you and just know that it wasn't about you, that they were in fear, and try to have some compassion, just knowing that something freaked them out, and it wasn't about you. It's just about themselves, and that's anyone's actions are always about them anyway. um so if he's angry with you, one, it's fear, but also it means there's something that he's angry about himself with. You're just a mirror. So that's what they have for you, Kritika. So hang in there. Many blessings for you. All right. Valverde, you'll be the next free reading that's coming up here. Fiona, you're very welcome. You want the shirt. That's right. We'll try to get working on those designs, and I'll have the little shop set up so we can get them. All right. So Valverde, like a general message, so let's take a look here. And actually, I am being drawn to the Queen of the Moon Oracle here for you. So let's take a look. All right. So what would you like for Valverde, please? Well, you got gratitude. Beautiful card there. There it goes. Card number 23. Let's see what this brings for you. Be where you are and be thankful. There's always something to be grateful for, no matter your suffering. Gratitude raises a lower vibration to a higher one. We talk about that a lot on here. Do not allow yourself to be surrounded by too many negative people. Life is conspiring for you. The little affirmation for the card is I joyfully turn my attention to what I am grateful for. And it goes on to say, as we enter this last quarter moon on a lunar cycle, the energies begin to turn towards surrender and release. To let go of what we no longer need, it behooves us to pay attention to what we have right now, both positive and negative. This attention paying and focus allows us to wisely discern and to be grateful for all of it. Yes, all of it. Because the nasty stuff, the stuff that is making us suffer right now, it already happened and we can take wisdom from this. However, now it's going because the waxing and dark moon are going to sort that out for you. And what you have left is the good stuff. And frankly, most of it is going to be great. So, taking some time out on this moon to list a few things you feel grateful for will raise your vibrations and banish any resistance you have to ditching old, outmoded patterns. Doing this also turns your powerful focus away from a story you may have started to believe of everything going wrong or that life does terrible things to you. Gratitude is a balancer. In fact, it normally tips the scales to the positive. And the companion stone for that is ocean jasper. And I mentioned we talk about our power that we have with our energy. Whatever we focus on grows. And so when we focus on what we feel is missing or in our life that we definitely don't want, or what we fear will come into our life, that energy lowers our vibration, which vibrates, which attracts those things, those lower vibrational things. But like when we said like the affirmation, joyfully focus on gratitude. What am I grateful for in my life? It grows what I'm grateful for. When I focus on what I do want in my life, it energizes and raises our vibration to bring that in instead. And so we can focus on unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter and all the things we want instead. And I feel like that's the general message they have is just be aware of where you focus in your energy. And if there's things that are growing in your life that you don't want to be growing, be aware if you're focusing your energy on it and feeding it and allowing it to grow. So I like it for you, Velvety. So that's what they have for you today. All right. Hey, Mars, you are up next. All right. So, advice from the divine about the current times. It's almost a rhyme. I'm in a goofy mood, ain't I? It's because I went out walking today. It wasn't sub-zero weather. So getting out into nature, it's always recharging, right? So advice from the divine for Mars. Okay. About your current times. The good news is the waiting is over. So I like that for you. But about what? Oh, okay. Whoa, okay. Wow. Okay. So say the waiting is over because you had the hanged man. It actually came out this way. Because you had the hanged man, which is about hanging around in your cocoon, waiting for things to load, but then you have the innocence of wands, which is new spark, new inspiration, new passion, new energy that's coming in. So this is what they were telling me with the two cards is that the waiting is over and you're ready for forward movement. And then I'm like, but about what? What's moving forward? And like, boom, you got lovers. So you do have romance and love, new partnership. And it can be friends, it can be romantic, it could be family, but it's definitely love of some sort is ready to spark in your life. And we have the high priestess here. So you've got like four major arcana out of five cards, which so this is significant that's coming for you. But the high priestess is as this unfolds, don't forget to still take time for you. Don't sacrifice your alone time and your spiritual life. Don't give it up and get all Google-eyed and go, this is gone and woohoo, It's like even though it's an eagle, don't forget you're an owl too. And step in, still, look at your inner sides, your what's behind the veil, connect with spirit, be aware of your emotions and everything as this unfolds, because it is going to cause some stuff to bubble up, which is yours to own, not to put on the other bird. you know Allow this to be such a wonderful expansive opportunity for you, because you do have new birth, new beginnings, new coming in here. Mother nature, mother nurture. So it is all this newness, but still make sure to nurture you and still take care of you. So even though this is, you know, um, you're coming out of the cocoon and being a beautiful butterfly, it's like still make sure you take time for you, with all of this new love that's headed your way, with it starting to go. Um, don't sacrifice you and your health and your, like I said, your alone time. Make sure you keep your alone time. You don't have to stay over at each other's house every night. Have a time for you and balance. Just ease into it. So that's what they have for you, Mars. I like it. So many blessings to you. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list. All right. And Benita Bala, you'll be the next one up here. All right. So what are Gurpreet true intentions. He recently said he loves you. Oh my goodness. It's funny. That reminds me of a story. Well, they're bringing back the story to me because I was walking down one of our hallways at work when I worked in corporate life with mutual friends, and one was so excited. We all just kind of bumped into each other walking in, and one of them said, "Oh my God, he told me he loved me." And they looked at me for, one reacted like, "Oh my gosh." And they looked at me and I'm like, "I love hamburgers." And they were like, "What?" I'm like, so he said he loves you. Let him show he loves you. Cause I love burgers and the burger really doesn't care. But let him show you, not just that he tells you. So that's funny. Um, that they're bringing in there. All right. So let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know about Gurpreet's true intentions? All right. Well, you got three major arcana out of three. So this is an important thing. Justice here. I like this because I feel like this is true. They are saying this because, you know, they see the universe. This is the world card, which is ending of old cycles and new beginnings of new adventure too. It's victory. Um, and the star card, wish fulfillment. So really, with all of this, I feel with the justice card that for some reason this is the capital T truth here, but I feel like this are his true intentions, that they really feel like you are a wish come true, and that you are, wonderful. It's like the world, it's just a wonderful positive thing. They just see you so big and so, wonderful. And it just they feel like you're balancing out their life too with the scales here. It just really um the justice card, the ace of swords allows us to see things from a higher perspective, and it allows us to cut away like fears of losing conditional love. And I just feel like they really do think you are the world. I mean, the wish fulfillment card being there. So I feel like his intentions um, are pure and true. But I still say, when anyone ever tells anyone, "I love you and I think you're the best," and I'm like, "Thank you, I really appreciate that. Now I will give you 6 months to show that you really do mean that." They're like, "What?" Because people can have great intentions, but will they fulfill those? That's to be seen, right? And so I really feel like it's like, Thank you. I really like this. I would, if you really do love them and you want more from them, then let them show you and go down that road." But like we said, he loves me, but he also loves hamburgers. He also loves, or, whatever he loves to eat. He also loves, that food. So you know, let's show me. But I definitely, they're not a player, they're not playing things. They do have great intentions, but all great things start with great intentions, but we'll see if they have the ability to prove it and show you over time. That's what Spirit would advise. So that's what they have for you, Benita. I like it. Many, many blessings to you. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list here for the free readings. And we got Skyfalls. You are up next, like an angel reading. I do have these beautiful angel cards, angel reading cards, they're actually called. So I broke them out as I was gathering the cards for this evening's reading. They wanted the opportunity to share. So here they are. So for Skyfalls, what would you like them to know, please? All right. Evidently, this is the one. And you got, so the first one was master number 22, and you got master number 33, which is the Angel of Enlightenment. Beautiful card. And so this is your journey of enlightenment has begun. Be surprised by the hidden spiritual gifts you have within you. So you've received this card because your angel of enlightenment wants to let you know she is here to assist. Your angel has watched you grow and blossom like an unfolding flower. Your spiritual journey has begun, and it's time to realize that you will not be alone during your time of growth and learning. You were born a spiritual being with wondrous gifts that you are only just beginning to discover. Your angel of enlightenment is gently guiding you in the right direction to enhance and help you uncover these latent spiritual gifts. Surrender any fears you may have about igniting these hidden gifts you possess. Your angel will only give you the challenges and lessons that you're capable of handling at this point in your journey. Remember, you are not alone, and you can call upon her at any time. Your angel of enlightenment is always by your side. If in doubt, you just have to ask for her assistance, and she will take care of the rest. So, the journey towards enlightenment can come to you in subtle ways, such as through symbology, repetitive dreams, repetitive number sequences, a chance meeting with a spiritual stranger, or through feelings of deja vu. Be extra vigilant during this time because you may not know what lessons and teachings are being sent your way. Keep a spiritual journal so you can record any images, symbols, or visions you receive. In time, you will realize that you are well on your way towards enlightenment. Wow. And the affirmation for the card is I'm open to receiving spiritual guidance from my angel of enlightenment. I understand that she will be with me every step of the way to guide and teach me how to use my spiritual gifts. I am excited about my spiritual enlightenment. I like it. So there you have it. I really encourage you to do that spiritual journal because one thing that it does is it allows you to go to look at the journal and to see all the things that have happened because you'll forget and then you'll see all these tons of things that happened when I was writing one of my books. I forget which one now, but I think it's Who Let the Master Out, because within it, I was sharing, like they would bring back things to share of a spiritual experience here and a spiritual experience there. And as I'm writing, I'm going like, dang, I had a lot of spiritual experiences. You just, you know, when they're days or weeks apart, they kind of fall by the wayside. But when you have them to look back at, you're just like, whoa, what the heck is happening here? So I like it for you. So that is what they have for you, Skyfalls. I like it. All right. Joy, you will be the next. You've been seeing threes a lot. See, I knew it. I knew it. I had a feeling when I read that about repeating numbers that that's the one that was jumping out for you. So I like it. Beautiful, beautiful. So Joy, you'll be my next free reading, but I do have a donation that came in. So Lori, thank you so much for your donation. And you have a question about your job, your work status in the future. Oh, right. Absolutely. Let's take a look here and see what Spirit has for you. So, what about job and work for the future? What do they want you to know? All right. All right. I like it. I like it. What else? Okay. All right. So you do have the Innocence of Pentacles, which does talk about, of course, new opportunities opening up in the outside world. And you do have the Movement of Pentacles too, which is the Knight of Pentacles. It is about movement, and they quest after this Ace of Pentacles, which is about looking for our worth in relation to the outside world, and they're looking for a higher worth, a more truer worth in relation to the outside world. It also is this that we change from the inside out and takes time for the outside world to catch up. So it is happening. Just it's been taking a while to get there, for this opportunities, this improvements happening in the outside world with it. And it's because all this is going on with our here. So you got three Pentacles cards. We'll talk about the other ones that pop out here in a sec. But the Five of Pentacles is about a transformation. Like fives are a number of change. And the Five of Pentacles is a brilliant card because it starts off, usually there's someone like out in the snow, they feel abandoned, they feel left out in the cold, literally left behind, and not feeling honored, not kind of feeling abandoned by the outside world. Like they're not bringing me my worth, they're not bringing me what what I need in each moment. But the brilliant transformation that happens is that we realize it's not humankind that brings us what we need in each moment, or definitely does not define us. We get what we need in each moment from source, from creator, from mother and father of all things. Whatever you believe your higher source and power is, they bring us what we need in each moment. Not always what we want, not all our future needs, like I want $1 billion so I don't have to worry, but it builds this trust and we build this foundation and this relationship that what we need in each moment will be provided, and we can guarantee that because the love that the creator and source have for us is unconditional. There's no conditions that we have to do anything to earn it, nothing we can do to lose it. Very solid, and then also eternal, it never ends. So like humans, when we depend on them for our sustenance, human characters can go into fear and withdraw their support from us. And that's what scares the cockapoopadoo out of us, is when we are depending on them, thinking that they are the ones that are supposed to bring us everything. And then we see people withdrawing that support. We're like, when's that going to happen to me? And am I not going to have enough? And we have these fears down inside. I'm not going to have enough. What do I need? And I'm going to get thrown out of my home, and I'm going to live out of my car until it gets, repossessed. And then I'm going to be living on the streets and end up on the edge of town and die of starvation and get eaten by wolves. And, there's all this fear we have deep down inside of us. But when we start to develop this relationship and realize it's not about them, it's about inward and upward, that we find this solid foundation, you have this transformation, and you realize that it's not a person that's going to hire you, it's not a person that's going to give you a raise. They might be the shipping company of which the things get delivered through, but it is creator that is bringing it. So if you get a raise, you of course thank your boss, whoever gave it, right? Thank you so much, I appreciate this so much. But then when you're away from them, you're like, I tell you what, thank you for sending that to me. It's like when a UPS driver comes to your door to deliver a package, you're like, thank you, really appreciate it. And then you're just like, oh, and then you dial up the person who actually sent it to you and are like, I'm so blown away. Thank you so much. That's kind of what they're showing, that around work, that when you switch that energy, that's where the change happens, and then the fear goes away, and then the gratitude, the knowing, the trust that things are going to unfold for you do, and then that's when these new opportunities do come in. That's why this has been taking a little bit long to come in, is because during that pause time, that's what you've been working on. You've been working on not looking to humans to bring you things and to satisfy your needs, but that you know it's coming from above. And then boom, 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 all that comes in that way. And I like that because you have both the spirit of swords and the movement of swords. So more movement. The spirit of swords, the king of swords, not only rolls over air, but they also um, all the kings get extra air, so they have double air, which is really a time frame of looking at your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets and your attitudes and your expectations. And you really, with all of this, you've been looking into your thoughts and beliefs, those small t truths that are rooted in the fears of losing conditional love. That's all those things about losing your home and your car and all your friends, and no one's going to help you, and you're going to starving to death and being alone, and wolves are going to be circling you in your last moments. And it's like, is that really true? And it's like the king allows you to see things from a more truer, higher perspective, because you're granted the ace of swords, which does allow you to see things from a higher, truer perspective, for those truths rooted in unconditional love. And even then you have the movement, the knight of swords is in pursuit of the knight of swords. So, you had two knights, and so you've been having these quests for your worth and your abundance and your beliefs and your mindsets. And that's why things maybe have felt like they've been going really slow, but things are going to start picking up because you've been doing the reflection, you've been facing your fears, you've been facing the beliefs, and this is just going to open up gates of abundance and gates of opportunities. I mean, two movement cards: movement of mind and thought and belief, and movement that makes it out into the outside world. So I like that for you. So that's what they have for you right now. So hopefully that resonated. And again, thank you so much for your donation. Greatly appreciated. All right. I think that is it. Yes, I don't have any other donations, so we'll continue moving down the list of the free readings. Let's take a quick sip here, and we are to Joy. Excuse me. So, you want to know what kind of dreams do they have about you? Uh-oh. Let's find out. What's this going to be about? Okay. Whoa. I'll show you here in a second. Okay. I was like, it looks like it's nightmares, death, and the devil. That's why I kind of laughed. But these are okay. These are not as bad as they seem. Then there's two more cards. So, this does represent, I mean, the dreams of new beginnings, endings and new beginnings. The devil card too rattles our cage. And so whenever we um, have interactions with other people, they're mirrors for us. We're always seeing things, these divine appointments of people coming into our lives. We are activated with people in all sorts of ways. And when we sleep, our mind, the barriers, the consciousness is gone, and dreams is when the subconscious arises and brings all its fun dreams of not being able to find things, and old exes or individuals, fearful types of situations that we fear, all come up in our dreams for our spirit. That's when our spiritual posse allows this interaction with our brain while it's unaware, bringing things up for us to start looking at. The same thing when the devil card, the shadow, will bring up different situations in our lives to bring things up. So you can't help what is being ignited. You can't help, like, if you're a mirror, you can't go, wait, let me change the reflection and make you see what I want you to see. It's like, no, a mirror is a mirror. People look at you and they see themselves, and you can't help that. And so, whatever is going on here with these dreams, they are having some old stuff bubble up in their subconscious to deal with stuff. And so I don't want to say that they're nightmares, but they are definitely not the kind of, oh, the dreamy, dreamy, hot dreams that we were talking about, that I was kind of relaying to in the beginning of like, what kind of dreams are those? So it is all right though, because eventually he is working out his stability in the outside world. And once that comes, he has all this going on inside, like this is his dreaming and what's going on in his subconscious. But he's really, truly trying to find stability in the outside world. And then that's when there's more movement, more passion, more type of movement going on in his life and with in relation to you. But right now, I just I had to crack up. What is he dreaming about? Oh my gosh. But that's what they have for you, Joy. So, you can't help. You know, their spiritual posse is going to help them work on what they are wanting to work on together. So, you can't control that. So interesting, right? Not the answer I thought they were going to get either, but that's what they have for you. So many, many blessings for you. All right. So we'll continue moving on down the list. And we have All Rod. And you want to know a January general reading? Let's see what they have here for you. We are already at the top of the first hour. I know it flies by. So I always do a public service announcement at the top of the hour, which is I do go in order of the free readings. Go down first come first serve. So I just make my way down for the free readings. But I do honor donations. It's an energy exchange, and so I do honor that. And I step outside of the free readings to complete those, and then I step back in line and continue where I left off to work down on the free readings. So that's how it works. You can use the super chat down below, or I have in the pinned comment my Venmo or PayPal. So that's been the public service message. We now return to the regular scheduled readings. All right. So let's see. What does Spirit want you to know about January? What would you like All Right to know? I don't know. I'm feeling good things. It's like some new beginnings coming in here. Ooh, okay. Looks like you might have someone from the past coming in here too. Okay. So I was correct. You got the Wheel of Fortune. So January is some changes that come in that are for your highest good. You feel your human side even feels that it's fortunate. There's some things that have been kind of taken a long time. It feels like they've just been like, oh my gosh. But I really feel like it's like a cocoon. The caterpillar, turned to the caterpillar juice, and the butterfly's been forming. And now, like with the wings, even though those are not butterfly wings, I just feel like it's time. It's the change is coming. And things just start to really unfold in January for you. They do tell you here, when you're making decisions, try to not make it strictly with your brain. Allow your heart to have a seat at the table too, because checking off all the stuff that is supposed to and should, need to and have to, and is neat. It's fun. I have Capricorn rising. I love checking off my lists that I make. I write something on there I've done to mark it off, so I feel that satisfaction. I get it, but heart needs to have a say so, a seat at the table in the decision making, is what spirit is saying is for your highest experience to do. Because you do have, like I mentioned, you have the Six of Cups, which usually means um, can be memories and blah 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 kind of stuff, but nostalgia. But I feel like it's someone from your past is coming back into your life in a positive way because of that Wheel of Fortune. So it's not something like, oh, not them. It's like, hey, it's someone you haven't seen in a while that does feel fortunate for you, whether it's romantic or not. mm, could be with the Six of Wands coming in because the Six of Wands is recognition, feeling victorious as well. Um, Wands can be energy, passion, new inspiration as well. So with the other six coming in, six is a good flowing number and it's balanced. It's like passion on both sides. So I feel like there might be someone returning from your past that you haven't seen in a while, and it's a good thing, and it's a mutual excitement to see each other too. But I just feel like your month feels like your life changes in significant ways where even your human feels it's for you, which is good. That means there's romance or abundance of some kind. Something comes in that makes you feel that way. So I like that for you, Alrod. So many blessings to you. I appreciate that. All right. So thank you so much, Ray, for your donation. So we're going to step out of line real quick and take care of this reading for you. And definitely appreciate your donation. And let's take a look here. After today, where do you and he stand? What's next? All right, let's take a look here. See what spirit wants you to know. So after today. Tell me more about that one. If you could you, would you, would you? Okay, well, that makes sense. Yeah, so you've got the Six of Pentacles here, which when I talk about like relationship with others, this is my codependency awareness card. And you have the Six of Cups. I asked some for some clarity on a couple of those cards, and they gave me this, which is nostalgia, memories. And I feel like what's going on, like out for you after today, you're realizing how much you give, right? I mean, I feel like this is like looking over whatever happened today. You kind of look back and you're going, you know what? I give a heck of a lot in this relationship and I get little back in comparison. Like the exchange rate is out of balance. And usually it's like I feel like this is a codependency awareness, but I don't feel like this is codependency. I feel like you're a giving person and you realize that in the past you used to kind of have those codependency tendencies where you would give and give and give and give and not allow people to give back. But I feel like you've really worked on that, and that this is just the, you know what? I see what's happening here, and I'm not sure I really like this anymore. Um, because you have the emperor coming in here, which is I feel is you taking charge of your kingdom, and that you're like, you know what? I'm not going to be waiting around anymore. I'm not going to overgive and overgive and overgive and get squat back. I'm like a little sassy suddenly because you have the Three of Pentacles, which is you being true to your authentic you. And with that Emperor, the Sky Father, and the Three of Pentacles, it's about stay true to you. Don't worry about what being punished by someone for not doing what they're expecting you to do, or lose someone's support because you're not doing what they're expecting you to do. It's like time for you to really stand up for what you want and what you will or will not accept, and to stay true to what you want. I mean, both of these together just really are saying that to me, that it's like it's time for you. It's time to just, go, you know what? I'm not into it. If you're not into it, you're just like, this is my, um this is my you know, desire. This is what I want. Because you have the sun card here too, which is when you do that, you have victory, you have this brightness. The sun comes flying into your life. And so I feel like, doing this is what brings wonderful, wonderful results for you. It's going to be for you, and it's just going to have the sun comes out into your life and just shines brightness everywhere. But I feel that sun is also showing you, you know, the you're getting a lot of clarity as things simmer down a little bit, that you know what, this this little give and receive is like I said before, way out of balance. And you know what, they should be so lucky to have me in their life. And and I feel like with this, it's spirit is just saying it's time for you, to stand up for you and what you want in life. And again, be your authentic you. What do you want? Don't worry about anyone else. Everyone else gets to live their life, but spirits really want you to connect to you, and do that. Um, because I just I know that I just feel like you deserve more, is what I feel. There, I said it. I said it. Yeah, because the Five of Wands, you know, they have this fiery conflict energy, and it's like, for what? I just feel like whatever. It's like you have to walk on eggshells. I just really feel in that there's these threats, and yeah, because and you have the because you have the it's time for you to stand up and cut away those thoughts and those beliefs that you have around that you have to dim your light, like that sun card. Yeah, I feel like with this and the sun card that you feel like you have to dim your light, walk on eggshells around them, because uh, they just blow up easy, and they're no, 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 and like if you have something great to share about accomplishment you did, they get upset because, well, I didn't get that. That didn't happen to me. And you're like, can't you just be happy for me? And I feel like you just overgive. So I do like this for you, Ray. I feel like, if something blew up today, run. Use this, if they're like, well, I don't want to talk right now. And you're like, okay, that's fine. And you're just like, psh, you know what? I've had enough, because it's time for you. Like I was telling earlier, I'm going to make these t-shirts. It's all about me in 2023, because I feel like it's a time for us to fill up and overflow and not give away everything to everyone else and feel like we are depleted and exhausted because we're over giving. Instead, we fill up and everyone gets the overflow. So I like it for you, Ray. So hang in there, sending you lots of love and blessings. Like I said, your bread is Zen, says you deserve more. All right. So thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate it. That's what they have. All right. We'll continue moving down the list, and we are to Rhonda. Hello, Rhonda. It's my pleasure. So what is your next step to be better for yourself, and what spiritual message? Okay, let's take a look here. I do want to pull from the Queen of the Moon Oracle. Let's see what they have here. what next step can have you in alignment with your highest good and your highest experience? All right. Howl at the moon, baby. Howl at the moon. She got hunger, the hunger moon, which is card 29. It's the wolf moon. Yeah. Feed the good and hope within you. There will always be a lean part of the cycle, but prosperity will come. Do not let your hunger blindly dictate your actions entirely. And the little affirmation for the card is I recognize all that I hunger for. An old and wise Cherokee of the First Nations of the US is speaking to his grandson about life. And the young boy asks his grandfather, you probably heard this before, it is said, grandfather, that everyone has two wolves within them. The first wolf gives darkness, despair, and hate, and jealousy and sorrow. And the second wolf gives light and hope and helpfulness and kindness. Yet, grandfather, I feel them fighting within me. What can I do? My small son, said the grandfather, these two wolves will always fight, and they will fight within each person. You're no different. And of course, the little boy says, but grandfather, which wolf will win? And the grandfather answers, whatever wolf you feed. So we can be careful about what we nourish and feed within us. If we give abundance to the aspects of the self that can harm others and ourselves, then we cannot truly thrive. Having no limitations upon these behaviors and patterns hurts us and starves the higher and finer parts of ourselves that will bring us more happiness. To ripple that happiness to others is part of why we are on the planet as humans. We can also recognize that in life, just because it is a cycle, there will always be leaner, less abundant, or less bright times. Yet we have built our resilience and self trust for times like this. And we know we are both loved and protected. The cycle will soon turn to less shadow and more bounty. Companion stone for that is Amazonite. So I love that because that is about, what's the next step to better yourself or have a life better for yourself. A huge thing that I talk about a little bit on here, so you might have already heard me say it, but it bears repeating because when I um, try doing, hear people say, do a gratitude journal, and you're like, but I did it after hearing it enough, and I did it for my goal was to do it for 30 days, write one thing every day that I was grateful for in my life. And I wanted not to repeat anything. I wanted 30, 31 different things for the month that I was going to do it. And I tell you, the amount of energy change and the outlook change that it had in my life, I continue to do it for like 4, almost 5 months, not repeating something, anything that I wrote every day. And it's amazing because one, it's like, wow, you realize how blessed you are. And it does transform your energy. That's where I learned that the more you're grateful for, the more that comes in to be grateful for as well. So that's why the list kept on getting longer. And I had new things to write because my energy was focusing on what I was grateful for instead of like, why is this happening? And, why I don't want this in my life, or what if this comes into my life? The fears, or, why don't I have this in my life? When I was focused on that stuff, it just expanded it and it was feeding the dark wolf. But feeding the light wolf brings in the light things. So I feel like that is the thing. If you can do a gratitude journal and start off just one thing a day and plan to do it for 30 days. And if you go beyond that, you can. Or if you want to even like to supercharge it, you can do it like something in the morning I'm grateful for, something in the afternoon, something in the evening. So that even supercharges it even more. I was just doing it one thing a day and it blew my world wide open. So, but that's what they have for you, Rhonda, and greatly appreciate that question because that is beautiful. I like that. All right. So I believe I do have a couple of more donations. So thank you guys so much. We will jump down and take care of these. And Christy, thank you so much. Uh-oh. Let's take a look here. So will you be getting a call from your landlord? Let's take a look here. What else? Okay. And let me just take a look here. All right. So you have two sets of cards, four and then two. So you've got the first card that popped out was the Ten of Swords, which this doesn't look as bad as it might appear because this is letting go of expectations, freeing yourself from the fear of it's the fear of losing conditional love, but it's about releasing and letting things go. You're tired of trying to live up to these things. Expectations equal disappointment. And the 10 is like you reached your they're not dead, they're exhausted. They're like, I've just had enough. I'm just releasing the expectations around things. And it's good because you also have the devil card, which the devil card, our shadow, is what brings in all of these, brings these to our face so that we can see them and realize what the cage that we have ourselves in, the cage of fear, and it rattles it, and then the rat goes, "Oh, there's a door. I can just walk out of it," which is great because you have this ending and this new beginning, this just ending of this cycle, which brings in this wonderful energy here. So I feel like spirit is saying, you know what, just let go of your expectations around it. Understand your fears around it, whether you're chosen or not, and you have new passion, new energy, new power that comes in because of it. Just it's like a relief that comes in because you've got endings, new beginning coming in, and the devil card, the shadow, is what brings this in for you, and it shows you here too. The second group here is the Seven of Swords, which tells you which of your thoughts, your beliefs, and your mindsets are um, stealing from you, stealing joy, stealing love, stealing um, just opportunities. And the more we look at those, because that's what this is all about too, is like those are part of these, that the more you allow yourself to release from these, then the more you feel the power return to you. Because in addition to love and relationship, etc., this also is about power of choice, and that we realize not only in each moment do I get to choose what story I put to anything, I also get to choose what emotion I feel as I go through it. And I kind of feel like, spirit is like, I'm like, well, so is the answer yes or no? With all of this, we really want to know. They bring in saying this is all about a lesson. This is all about empowerment. This is all about allowing you to see something about yourself. It's not about the end result, it's the journey that you're going through, the fears that you're facing here about what does it mean if I don't get selected and someone else does? Why is this rattling my cage? Why is it coming up? And it's all about learning your power here. All of that is like all in a nice little box gift set about all about the power coming in here and your power of emotional choice that comes in. And so I know it's like, yeah, but Will I get a call from the landlord? Well, they want you to know all this first. So let that sink in that, "Oh, okay, what is this mirror showing me? What is this experience showing me about myself? And what did I want to see as I went through this?" Well, you don't have to be happy. It just shows that you get to choose, that it's not, or it's, what is this showing you? It's like, okay, so I'm defining my worth by whether this person's going to do this or not. Maybe, was that what you're seeing in the mirror, or what are you seeing in this situation? What's the fear that's underneath it all? And then you can look at it and go, oh, I see where I'm giving my power to someone else's actions, and I don't have to. Now, that I don't have to doesn't mean that you still, like, I still wanna choose to be unhappy about it, and it's like, that's great, there is no right or wrong. Just knowing that you do have another choice and you understand the lesson that's being given to you there, um, that you get to, you know, you get to trust the process if you want to, There's no have tos, shoulds, need tos, supposed tos. In the spirit realm, they're just like, this is always for us, right? And so you can go, okay, so if it's meant for me, I know that it will. I know that it will come my way. You get the spirit of wands. So, king of wands, I'm the one that gets to hold the power on what anything means, right? So it's like, just releasing the fear is the big thing. And you got the judgment card. So your higher self making themselves known, saying, do you trust me? Do you trust that what is going to unfold is going to be for you, whether it's what you want or not? And it's like, let me think about that and get back to you. But that's the way I was in the beginning. I'm like, well, I think I'm going to need to think about that for a moment. Why wouldn't you want to give me what I want? They're like, well, a little kid wants cookies for breakfast, but that's not going to be good for them. So why would I want to give you something that's not for your highest experience? You're like, fine. But that is a process of learning to trust. Yeah. And so I feel like that. I've been trying to get an answer here still. If you could tell, I'm like, blah blah blah. Come on, I want to know. But evidently, it is for. Um, they're so loving though, because you got the 10 of wands, which is like the burden, the ending of the energy that we're investing something. And but it is about trusting. No chocolate, no place. Sacrifice, do a little sacrificial uh chocolate. Put a little piece of chocolate on a plate, and then sacrifice it with a knife and cut it in half, and go, see, I'm balancing, and only have half of it, and then have the other half a little later. But definitely, we have the six of wands, which is about, I know, right, victory and flow and balance of energy. So but what you can know is that if you don't get a certain place, if you don't get an opportunity, it is for us. Like the example they're bringing back to me, when I moved to Idaho, I um I was trying to get into this apartment, from out of state. I didn't see it. When I was looking through all the stuff, I'm like, well, this is good. This is in the area where my mom lives, and so that'll be a good place for me to live. It's reasonable price, and da 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 da. And I sent off like cashier's check, and um, I sent it, certified, so I can track it. And the notification was like, no one was in the office. Like, this is the week before I was moving. I was like, okay, we're all set. So I'm going to send this now that we finalized. And if you could email me the contract. And the email didn't come, and I had to send off the money, and no one was there in the office to receive it. And the voicemail in the office was full suddenly. And I'm like, "Oh my god, what has happened?" And so I scrambled and found another beautiful apartment. It's a little more than I was wanting, but it ended up being just gorgeous. And and come to find out, I mean, they ended up send the post office ended up sending back the cashier's check to me because it was never they never went to pick it up. The morning I was moving into the other apartment, I got a phone call from them going, "Hey, we just want to make sure you're moving in today still." And I'm like, no, I'm not. You didn't send me the contract. You did it." So it's like, thank God for unanswered prayers is kind of what we were headed with that story. It's like, wow, what did you keep me from? And then after that, I did some more research, and within some hidden stuff, we found all these comments from people that hated the apartment complex. So we're like, you just never know. You just never know. And, so that's why do you hate me? Why does this stuff, but it's like, what did you save me from? And like, we won't know until we're back on the other side and we watch the whole replay where we get to see everything, you know, blessings in disguise, absolutely. So that's what they have for you, Christy. So I feel like, you know, that you're gonna be happy with whatever outcome comes anyway. But I just feel like things are, um, you know, uh, gonna be fine. You know they are. So go with the flow, baby. Go with the flow. All right. So again, thank you so much for your donation. Greatly, greatly appreciated. All right. And Renee, thank you for your donation. You are up and you have a couple questions there. Let's see here. So you'll be out for a minute, so feel free to answer, even if you're not in here. Okay. Well, that's good because we'll be out here waiting, going, "Are you back yet?" We wouldn't do that. You're so funny. So, is your DMK seen anyone? Okay. And what does he want you to know? Okay. And what does he want you to know? Woo-hoo-hoo. All right. Well, so is 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 they seeing anyone? I'm like, are they seeing anyone? um no. And they are this Hierophant here is them really waiting on commitments because the sage, the Hierophant is about commitments, but also digging into their truth. They're really taking this step in their life. The Sky Father here, they are it's the Emperor card, really trying to get stability in their life, getting things done, really understanding what it is they want. Yay, welcome back. What they really want in their life. What is their truth? What is going on with them there? Because the Knight of Pentacles, the movement of Pentacles, slowest moving knight out of them all, but it's also in pursuit of their worth in relation to the outside world. So I'll talk slower so that you'll catch up. I'm just kidding. So but there's this stability they're looking for. They're taking their time. They're really getting to understand themselves. So I don't feel like they're seeing anyone. I feel like they're doing a lot of inner work, kind of like a hermit card. Even though it didn't come out, I feel like that kind of energy. They're doing a lot of inner reflection and understanding what they want, and they're taking their time with it, which is what I really, really like. And then when we asked, what does he want you to know? Well, we have the Two of Cups. So there is this interest, this heart connection that's there. They have the Magician card too, which is about, and especially with the Chariot here too, which is a movement card, victory card. With both of these, I feel like they're going to, um, share their emotional interest on here, that they're like they have this here. And you have the Nine of Pentacles too, which is about this the nine is a hermit's journey, and this is like finding your wholeness and your completeness and within yourself, right? And here's spirit, of course, spirit is here, you know. You probably just heard me going talking real slow, but there's this turning inward to find your wholeness and completeness, because I feel like they want to take action. They have this interest, but I don't know, if with this Nine of Pentacles, I feel like they're really working on trying to find their worth inward with themselves, though. So it's like they're like, why? There's all this that's going on, but this is what they are zeroing in on. Like I said, that hermit's journey, the nine is the hermit. And so they're looking for their stability within themselves without influence of the outside world. So, whatever happened before with them that, caused them to really want to get their life in order and to slow everything down in their life regarding relationship, it's, because they're trying to find independence within themselves, feeling that wholeness within themselves there. So that's what I feel like they have going on there. I just feel like they're turned inward, not seeing other people, not doing, any of that type of stuff because, um, you know, they're just finding that within. So, yeah, but that's what's happening. I don't know. Is DM like your direct manager? Is that what that means? Because maybe there's rules at work too. I know where I work. It's like, you cannot unless you let management know. And they were like, we'll separate onto different teams where they're not reporting to you. Because that is a bad HR battle happening, if that's what that is. But maybe that's just my old management hat that kicks in. But that is all that's coming through here right now for you, Renee. So thank you again so much for your donation. Greatly appreciate. Yeah, because this came out again, Nine of Pentacles. So they are definitely in this mode, not so much the outward mode right now. So that's what they have. So many, many blessings to you. Thank you again. All right. So let's see. We left off with Rhonda. And so Esther E., you are up next. Let me just take a quick sip here. So will your real estate business be successful? And during what months will it be successful? All right. All right. So I do like this for you. I do show that it will. I'm going to show you the end result first because the other ones I show you is how you get to this here. And you have the Ace of Cups, which is new emotion. Cheers. I almost feel like they're cheering you and going clink clink. And you have the Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment. So they're like, yeah, it does. It will be successful. So that just out of the way. We want that. And then how is because you have to kind of move beyond your fears around failure, your fears of losing conditional love. All of this, the Nine of Swords is called the Nightmare and the Insomnia card, and it is about, you know, what of your own thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets, your fears, like I said, mainly fears of failures. What fears are keeping you up at night? What's at the root of it? It's like, what if this doesn't? What if this doesn't work? What if this doesn't work? It's like really understanding what's at the root of the fears you have. And I like it because you have the Six of Swords, which is the movement from choppy waters to calmer waters. You leave behind old expectations and ways of looking at things to move to new ones. And so the Nine of Swords, um, it brings up these thoughts and beliefs. It shows us when we have all of these supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts about what does success mean? How does it have to happen? What does it mean if I don't? But mainly about the how. How does this have to happen when we have this all these expectations that bring it into here? Like this is how it has to happen and what it has to look like. It's supposed to, should be, need to be, have to be, must look like this. When we do that, we cut out all these possibilities and all these possibilities, right? And so when the swords come up with around a question like this, it's about really questioning like why am I limiting it? Why does it have to be this way? Can I give the universe more wiggle room to bring in success? Can I give them more? Hey, can I give them the whole can I just say this is what I want and bring it how you want? you know, it's like if for like a real estate business, it's like, okay, well, what if um, you know, I want it to be only through selling these types of buildings. And they're like, okay, well, that's going to be limited. But if you're like, you know what, it can be whatever opportunities come. I don't care if it's I have to buy a mobile home park and convert it and then it ends up making me millions. Whatever it comes, it's like being open to how, letting the universe bring in the how and not limiting it as much. And what months you'll be successful here, I feel like the February is going to be a month of balancing things out. You're really going to see that's when you're going to see things start to kind of switch into being more uh, yeah, like what from the red to the green, right? Like whatever in accounting, we don't want to be in the red. We're going into the green. So I feel like February is starts to have this switch where you start to see the tide kind of change there. And the Five of Cups, I feel like, is the month that you really start to see where you move from focusing on loss a whole bunch and looking into more abundance, where you start to feel like, okay, I'm not feeling the fears as much as I were before. You're really getting into the swing of it. And then I feel like your August and September are going to be like two outstanding months for you. So that's what they have regarding that question there. So we'll continue moving down the list. I do see you asked another question about some other things, but if I do get to the bottom of the list for the free ones, I'll circle back around. But just out of fairness to everyone, I'm going to try to, I usually just try to handle, unless you want to have a donation. If you make a donation, I'll come back to that one for sure. Otherwise, if I get to the bottom of the free ones, which is probably not likely since I'm only going to be on for about 45 more minutes, I will circle back around to your second questions. I hope that is okay. I know you understand. So thank you so much, Esther. All right. So Nikitha, you will be the next free reading coming up here. That'd be May. May, 5. Sorry, I should have said that. So, 2 is February, 5 is May, 8 and 9 is August and September. So that's what I asked. I didn't say that. I apologize. So now you're like, okay, I got it. All right. So thank you so much, Miss Priscilla, for your donation since I was looking down there. Any messages regarding your love life? Absolutely. Let's take a look here. Excellent. Thank you for being a new subscriber. Welcome to the Soul family. So glad that you have found us. Let's take a look and see what Spirit have around the Soul family. I know Soul family. Around love. All right. What else? All right. All right. Well, I'm liking this for you. So, the first three cards that came out here for you, you got the wish fulfillment card. I loved seeing this come out for you, Miss Priscilla, because this is a wish fulfillment card, emotional wish fulfillment. And you have the Sky Father here too, which I like because this I feel is you really taking control of your love life in 2023, especially. And you have the Heart of Wands, the Queen of Wands, which also shows me someone who is fiery, someone who is able to really super focus their energy and get stuff done, has a great connection to the spirit world too. You know, you've got this wonderful, wonderful, yeah, Sagittarius. Well, that makes sense. Yeah, this, yeah, you walk into a room and you brighten up the room. You have this connection to spirit. You're able to really be make decisions on the fly, and it freaks people out how uh, how successful you are with it, where you just because you have this spiritual connection, this trust you have with spirit. When you come to a fork in the road, you go, hey, left or right, and they're like, right, and you're like, thank you. Psh. They're like, how do you do that? You know, it's like that kind of energy, which I really really like. So, you know, I feel like this is you though, really taking control. I'm not I feel like when maybe when it came to love and romance, that you were, you know, you kind of have the, well, I don't want to be too forward. I don't want to be too this, too that, because it's not supposed to be that way. But I feel like you're just like, "Pff, screw that." And I feel like you are really taking this into, um, you know, really going in here, really focusing on what you want and where you want to head and what you want to do. So I really like that because then you know and we have the Hanged Man, which usually this could mean either that it's going to be slower, you know, it's like, oh, it's going to be a while, but I feel like this has been where you've been and it's time. It's like, especially with the Three of Cups that came out with it, which is joy, whoops, and celebration. And so I really like this. I feel like this is the waiting time is over. You've been doing the caterpillarness, you've been converting to the butterfly. Now you're ready to get out and even celebrate with friends. And I feel like maybe this is like you going to a party too, because I feel like they're saying, especially year two, the time is up, time is done. You are, you know, stick a fork in you, you're ready, you are done. So you're ready to, you know, um, you're ready for love to come in. You're ready for a new adventure. And especially the Two of Wands here too, coming in with all of this, is that there's this energy, especially, you know, two and two coming in here. There you go. I love it. Yeah. So it is time for you to make this forward movement. And yeah, exactly with the Two of Wands too. You know what you want, you know what you focus on, and focusing your energy on what you do want. Um, not on what we're missing, not on what we fear, not on what we have in our life that we don't want, but really, and Sagittarius, I mean, and I feel this is you too, that you're all about moving forward, not really looking backward anyway. You're not like, "Oh, what happened? Blah, blah, blah." You're like, "You know what? Psh, burn." You know, you're like a forest fire. You you burn forward, you never burn backward. You're like, there's nowhere to go back to. I'm moving forward, 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 forward movement. And I like that. And but it's focusing on what you're grateful for, what you do want in your life. And, like you said, you're very spiritual. So focusing your energy on the unconditional love and the joy, just allow that to continue to pull you forward because you definitely do have a new adventure coming up here very fast with the full card coming in here, leaving behind old cycles. You've really been working on your vibration too, I feel, with that Two of Wands. When you did what you always did, you got what you always got, and that's why you've been in this cocoon uh, kind of mode because the caterpillar was like, I'm tired of walking on this forest floor and eating these damn leaves. I'm creating a cocoon. I'm going through my shedding and turning into caterpillar soup. You've been this last year, I feel like really letting a lot go, letting, um, things, mindsets, even physical things just go, 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 because you're ready to flutter and fly now. And you've been busting out of your cocoon and now you're ready to fly and you're going to go places you wouldn't have gone before with your caterpillar mentality or your caterpillar um, vibration. You've been raising that vibration up, and now you're up where you're attracting new things that come in. And this is what this balancing was about here, because usually it's the Ace of Swords that is here, and the Ace of Swords helps balance. You're seeing higher truths about yourself, about all your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, where we all start off with the scale this way, where we have so many expectations, so many fears, these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that are about, the fear of losing conditional love somehow, some way, because of all the stuff that we were fed so much. But as we connect higher, that scale balances because we're cutting and throwing those things away. And like you're saying there, that you you block a lot of people and you cut a lot of things out that no longer serve you. Exactly. So you're been cutting away, and that balancing has been coming as your vibration has been rising. So I like this for you. Definitely, it is time. It is time. It's like, all right, we're restarting in a whole new way. But I do love um, the full card here. It's time for this new, this new journey, this new adventure, unlike anything you had before. Because the card before this is the World card, which is ending of old cycles and new beginnings. And definitely, if you have an opportunity for a get together to hang out with friends, New Year's Eve party, something like that. Let's see if I can wink, 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 nudge, nudge. Definitely choose to go because I feel like it is at a gathering, and that you get to meet some new people. A lot of those twos stood out to me too. So I feel like February is going to be a significant time for you um, in love movement forward. Kind of feel like you're going to be meeting some people here December 31st through January 31st. You're going to be hanging out, getting to know people, and then February, I feel like something significantly moves forward for you. So that very good. So perfect. You are doing the thing. So that's what they have. Yeah, you have new opportunities coming up here with the Innocence of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles. Yeah. So it's great. You're finding the love within, you fill up, and then this new love is coming from the outside. So I like it for you, Miss Priscilla. I like it. Yeah. Yeah. Now you have your intuition. You're like, I'm a prince, really. And you're like, you ain't fooling anyone. I know better. So I like it. So that's what they have for you, Miss Priscilla. Thank you again so much for your donation. And thank you for being a new subscriber. Hopefully, we'll see more of you. And be sure to check out my free content I put out. I have weekly energy updates and monthly readings, equinox, and portals, and all sorts of fun stuff. So, beautiful, beautiful messages there as well. So, thank you again for being here. And thank you. All right. So, we'll continue down the list of the free readings. Let me go back up here. So, Nikitha, you are up. So, you'd like to know what is going to happen between you and Yogesh for the next 35 days. You're hoping for reconciliation. All right, let's take a look here and see what Spirit has for you. Just getting a little more clarification. Thank you. Okay. Wheel. I don't feel like in the next 35 days it's going to be there. So we've got the Three of Cups and the Two of Wands. And what this tells me is that there's a third person involved emotionally here, in that there's choices, right? So this usually means two people, and here's the Three of Cups is my card when I'm asking for clarification around relationships. If I had a bunch of other joy cards that were coming out here, that tells me differently. But because this came out together, I feel like they have an additional love interest that's there. Because we've got the Ace of Swords here, and the Spirit of Cups is the King of Cups. This is balance in between heart and mind, and the heart, the Ace of Swords here really talks about new expectations, even maybe new communication. But I just feel like there's this is like newness that came in here. There's something new. They're balancing heart and mind. But I just feel like they have new ideas, new communication, new thought around things. Because we also, with these cards, came out the Seven of Wands, which the Seven of Wands is about someone feeling like they're up on a different place, and people attacking them, like they're going through something, and other people are saying stuff to them about what they're doing. And I feel like this is possibly their friends, and they know, they get to see everything that they're doing, and they don't like what they're doing. And so they kind of, you know and it could be mutual friends, or people that know you, that like they're their friends, but they know you too. Like they met you through them, and they're just like, why are you being this way? Because there is this, this hanged man, this pausing that's happening here, and there's all this emotional confusion here. And the devil card coming in here with the shadow is the shaking and the rattling of thoughts and beliefs, and challenging their approach to things and what they feel about things, which is that Ace of Swords too. But I just feel like there's a lot of just drama that is attached to them. And I almost feel like Spirit is just saying, just be aware that um maybe this isn't, maybe. And I know why, things are paused, and it's because it's for you. It's to keep you from, I feel like it's trying to keep you from reconciling, because there's something more for you in life. there's something more in alignment with you, for you, that's in where something more you deserve in life than this. I just feel like shenanigans galore there. Let me see if there's anything else here. Yeah. So got the Spirit of Wands, the King of Wands, and the Movement of Swords, which is uh, there's going to be some communication coming. And the Spirit of Swords is like them making a decision finally and communicating it clearly for you. So I feel like you're going to find out, they're just going to be telling you, but just know that it's happening for you. I know it's difficult when you really care about someone and you want to reconcile with them, but if you find out that there's something so much more in store for you in the future, yeah, yeah, you have something that is so much more wish fulfillment for the future that's not them. And the sun is bright and one of the most victorious cards in the entire deck. Got a wish fulfillment in this. This is your future without them. And it's more for you with that. So I just feel even if there's an opportunity to reconcile, I wouldn't do it. It'd be like, no, it's not. There's shenanigans afoot. There's a third person involved. There's another interest, another, with wands, another passion, is love interest. Um, Maybe not even love, just a desire interest for someone else. So it's you deserve so much more, Nikita. So that's what spirit has for you. I'll stop. I'm turning into the protective brother. But sending you lots of love and blessings, Nikita. So you hang in there. All right. So we'll continue down the list. We will step to complete Elisa, your reading. So thank you so much for your donation. And you want to know what's the current situation of R towards A. All right, let's take a look here. See what we've got going on. And we are at the top of the second hour. My goodness. So this is when I do the public service announcement, just to let everyone know I'll be on for about 30 more minutes. And I do try to get through down as far on the free list as I can. And but if you want to make sure I do complete your reading during this session, I do honor donations as an energy exchange, and I will make sure I complete all donation readings during this session. And if I'm unable to get down to where you're at, I do have a ton of free content that I do put out, which if you click on my name, the Breda Zen Mystic Tarot, it'll take you to my main page and all the playlists are there. I have pick a card readings. I've got weekly energy updates, monthly readings, portal readings, just a bunch of different free content there. And just follow your heart and spirit will guide you there. I'm here every night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings too at 11 a.m. Mountain. I do offer personal readings on a sliding price scale. And so if you look in the description of this video, it does talk about how you can book a reading and how the pricing and all that works. What else? Oh, I also have a giveaway playlist with there's a video at the very top that talks about how you can enter to get into the weekly drawing I have for a free 30-minute personal reading. So a lot of opportunities there. So that has been your public service announcement. Now we'll return to the previous scheduled programming. So Elisa, thank you for your patience. Let's take a look here. What is the current situation of R towards A? So what is the situation of R towards A? very good. Thank you. All right, I'm just getting some more details here. Okay, all right. Is that it? Oh, no, this one here too. Okay, let me see what these are. Yeah. So the current situation here, it feels a little broken there, and it has to do with their. It feels like the Pentacles are about, our outside world, abundance and physicalness, the physical world, finances, connections, worth as we relate ourselves to the outside world. And that's why I feel like the worth between them has broken, that um, it just has left them feeling, I wouldn't say not so much worthless, but it's like, because I feel like they're pretty confident people, but I feel like it's like, "You made me feel worthless. Your actions and what you do makes me feel this way." Rah. And they like, "Well, you make me blah, blah, blah." So I feel like there was this conflict that happened, and that made him feel like, "You made me feel like, cock-a-doodle poo-poo." And and I feel like I don't feel like they're together here. I feel like there's this with the 3 of Cups here, I feel like this is what they feel they had, and they're looking for more love. The Ace of Swords is new communication, new ways of looking at life, wanting new things, new perspectives. And with this movement of Pentacles, there is movement. Like, it, I feel like relationship wise or interaction wise, that they're not together, but the it's taking time for it to work its way out in the outside world, which for that would mean, like, let's say they lived together, so it takes time for them to separate stuff and be able to find separate places to live, or if they were married, it takes time for them to divorce, or if whatever, there's these physical entanglements that they have to work out, and those things, unfortunately, the outside world takes time for those things to happen, and I feel like there's all these decisions that they're trying to make here, balancing the heart and the mind. And here we have the the heart, right? Yeah, the Heart of Wands, which is the Queen of Wands, and the Ace of Wands, which is about taking power, trying to put things into action and get stuff done, but you know, they're going back and forth between their heart and their mind on what they have to get done, and those types of things. So there's a lot of movement and movement with these wands, this fire. So there's a lot of, and I don't feel like it's passion fire. I feel like it's heated fire, like dragons breathing fire on each other. So yeah, it looks like a very difficult, situation, a very fiery type of situation that's happening there. But that's what's going on right now with them. So hopefully that resonates. But that's what some spirit is showing right now. So many, many blessings to you. Hang in there. You might not want to be near if you don't want to get burned by the fire that's going on between them. It's like, let the dragons battle. I'll be out here by the pool where there's water. But that's what they have, Elisa. So many, many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. All right. Is that Skelly? Skilly? Thank you for your donation. And you would like to know, I am okay. Thank you so much for asking. And do you know how C feels about S? All right. Let's take a look here. How does C feel about S? What else? Oh, well, that makes a lot of sense. Oh my gosh, yeah. So they probably were like, all right. So, Skilly, so how does C feel about S? Here we've got movement of wands, which is the Knight of Wands. So that's a lot of passion. So they definitely have the hots. They have the spark within them toward them. But I like that they also have the Spirit of Swords, which is the King of Swords. So there's also thoughts and thinking too, not just thinking with something else. It's not just thinking about from the passion within them, but they actually have thought and belief, which is great. Um, the Ten of Pentacles too is about abundance and seeing someone as fulfilling and full as well. So I like those cards together because there's nothing of concern there for me. Um, the other two cards that popped out, more fire. And so the Ace of Wands here is again more passion. So, that would be the only thing is like there's a lot of fire here um, for that, for C towards S. But there's this Five of Wands, which represents like you see a little firestorm going on there. It feels in the beginning like conflict, like um but underneath it all is this attraction that's going on. If you ever think of like two if you ever have two friends. Okay, that makes sense. Well, that makes sense why they have so much fire then. So definitely it's showing up here. um but how uh, when you meet someone and they're just so over the top that they kind of think they're being funny but they're not. Well, they think they're being funny, and they are funny in their world, but the stuff they're doing is just burning a little too bright. It's like your heat is at 100, and can you bring it down to like a 60? Because you're starting to burn things around you, and it kind of starts off where there's kind of friction, but then when you get to know them and you understand them, then you're like, okay, they're pretty hot. Okay, I'll look past their little infractions in the beginning because I really like who they are now that I'm getting to know them, type of thing. But I feel like that's what's going on. They do have that um, type of energy that's there. They do have thoughts too, not just those things. Yeah, because we have the Heart of Swords popping up, balancing of heart and mind. So that's exactly what I was just saying here. So that's what's going on there. That's what Spirit wants you to know around feelings right now. So hopefully that resonated. And again, I appreciate your donation so much. So thank you so much for that. All right, Renee, your last question. You're so funny. Thank you for your donations. You're awesome. So, how do we see? You are very welcome. I hope you have a great night as well. So, how do you see Manny coming towards you in the next few months? Let's take a look here. What's going on with Manny? Okay. All right. One more card here, or two more. Thank you. Okay. So there's some stuff going on, which we have here, which it's is all right because I feel like this is Manny here. He's going through some stuff because he's got the Nine of Swords, which is thoughts, beliefs, mindsets, fears, keeping him up at night. He's working through things around love. And also, there's just like this firestorm. I feel like this is normal. I don't know why. I feel like this is normal for Manny. It's like, you know what? there's always some sort of drama that's circling around him somewhere, somehow. And he's got all these fears that really feed the fires. Um, but I like that right now with this Innocent of Cups. I feel with the Page of Cups, I feel like he's doing some deep diving. He's understanding some things around himself. Because I feel like he's just really uh like I said, he's just always he needs some water to throw on all the the fires that he needs to put out in his life. And it's like and it almost seems like uh it looks like he's not like why is this happening to him? He doesn't ask for it. He doesn't do things. Just all this stuff comes in. But he does draw it in because of his fears, because of his vibration that he vibrates at. He draws those things to him because the queen, the heart of wands here, he has this vibration, he has this fire. He doesn't realize the use of his wand yet. You know, it's like he doesn't realize when you focus on what you fear and when you focus on what you don't want and when you focus on what's in your life, or I said like you don't want or what you're missing, you just grow it and your vibration goes at that and it draws it in. And so I feel like he's learning eventually this. But because I do see the movement card here. So I do see that eventually there is movement of them towards you. And I do see here with the Innocence of Wands, the Page of Wands, that they are realizing this about that. Um, and the Three of Pentacles is coming in too, where they're learning to be them own authentic selves and stop the people pleasing. Because I feel like that's so much of what's going on with them is he just cares about so many people, so many things, trying to live up to so many things. He's always just running around trying to cover up the disappointments he feels he is to people, if that makes sense. And but I love that he's doing this. He's getting, the Nine of Swords one step away from being exhausted, from trying to live up to all these expectations and trying to make everyone else live up to these expectations. So I love seeing this for them because this means that they are getting their cockapoopadoo together to be able to move forward and make choices that are so much more less dramatic, that his life isn't going to be this roller coaster of up and down and up and down and up and down. It's more like this. So I do like that, which means the next couple of months that they do kind of move towards your direction now that they see their drama, and the things that happened. We were like, maybe this was about me. Because they're seeing, in all these situations happening, there was one common denominator, and it was me. And I feel like they're doing a lot of that reflection and getting to understanding of where they're focusing their energy. They're just getting exhausted, where they're just ready to give up and let so much stuff go. And in that letting go is where he has his ahas. So that's what they have for you, Renee. So very good. Yeah, you're like, until then, keep that hellfire storm away from me. I don't want any of your drama. All right. So that's what they have for you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'm only going to be on for about 10 more minutes. So if you do want me to make sure I get to your reading in this session, as some lovely people have done just a moment ago, they've made donations. I do step out and I make them a priority. I do make sure I complete them in this session. Otherwise, I'll try to get through as many free readings as I can. But I'm only going to be able to fit a few more in here before the end of this session. So there you go. You are very welcome, Renee. All right, let me see. Where did I leave off up here? Jaylin, of course. Hey, Jaylin. So it's New Year's Eve weekend. Can you believe it? And coming up, of course. So hope everyone's weekend is awesome and a wonderful start to 2023. So a spirit message for the rest of the week into the weekend for you. Absolutely. In fact, I do want to pull a Queen of the Moon Oracle card for you. So let's take a look here. See what we have going on. And thank you guys also. All of you have given the video a thumbs up. It does definitely help out the channel. It helps spread the Zen love. So thank you for being part of that love tsunami. All right. This is your card here, Jalen. You got the Void. Look at number 1, starting off the new year with the Void. Yeah, yeah. This makes sense. How are you going to start off? Your time to rest and reset is here. Release all that does not serve you. Stop resisting. The void is a time of possibility, not just darkness. There's nothing to fear in letting go of negative patterns and habits. So let go of the old. And the affirmation for this card is I freely release what I no longer need. And while the full moon, the full attractive power, gets all the publicity, the dark moon, which offers the infinite possibilities of a clean slate, is just as powerful in its own way. The dark moon often looks like just a darker piece in the night sky, and in some cultures, the way it appears harkens back to the idea of the void. It is a place of unknowable secrets, a state of everything and nothing, or a place to prepare or rest before moving on. To the author, personally, there's a relieving, restful quality about this darkest moon that allows pondering and decisions about what we can jettison before making fresh plans for the new moon, which is actually the next day. So if you find yourself resisting the dark moon, it is usually a clear sign that you're being stubborn about letting go of something that is old and not serving you in a positive way any longer. Often that is a fear or a pattern that was created to protect you in some way. However, now it is outdated, yet you are still carrying it or acting it out. Know that this moon is powerful, but it also is incredibly gentle in the way, excuse me, in which it helps you unravel what actually is so you can embrace the fresh start of tomorrow. Excuse me. It's just choking me up. Relax, reframe, and think about how much better your life will be without that habit, that fear, or that pattern. Get very clear about the possibilities of this transformation and what it will give you in the real terms. This is the power of the dark moon. It is the optimum time in the cycle to release the old and cut the cords of relationships and traumas that deserve no time and attention in your present. I like it. The companion stone for that is jet, like jet black. Excuse me. But a good thing that we're ending. I'm starting to lose my voice. So that is what they have for you, Jalen. It's time for a void. It's time to let go, right? All right. So that is what they have for you, Jalen. Have a very, very wonderful. It's like a clean slate. Just have no expectations. Go into this week and the weekend of like, you know what? It's the end of the year. I'm going to start things new. And what don't I need anymore? What doesn't fit anymore into my life? And there they go. So that's what we have. All right. So Anjali, the Virgo, you are up next for the next free reading. All right. You know, what is happening in Satisha's life? Let's take a look here. What's going on in SOLSTICE's life? All right. Well, so with the emperor here, I feel like they're really trying to get their life in order. They, you know, the emperor rules over all the kings, and so it's like they're really trying to get their head around what they want in life. And it's like, they're showing me like in my head, there's this emperor who has all these advisors and they're all blah blah blah. They all have their opinions about what actions the emperor should take for the giant kingdom and blah blah blah. And he's like, all right, enough, everyone out. I'm ready to make my decision. I'm going to contemplate. And that's what he's doing. He's like, okay, what do I want? I hear all their advice, but what do I want? Because they also have the King of Pentacles that's here, which is, ruling over the king. And so they're looking at what they want in their life in the physical world. And I feel like they're really focused mainly on what the outside world is to look like. What is this to be? You know, um, Relationships and job and career and home and possessions and money. And they're all the outside world stuff, right? All the stuff that's on stage that they're really focusing on. What do I want with that? Blah, 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 blah. But behind the scenes, they also are looking at their heart, because you have the Heart of Cups, which is the Queen of Cups, and the Judgment card, which is their higher self, really communicating with their human. And this would be intuition and gut. And so there is this emotional undertone that they're looking at too. So this is what they're mainly focused on, is their outside world. And this is kind of what's trying to make its way in to their decision making, into the throne room, because they're so focused on the outside world. Their emotions are like out in the waiting room. They didn't make it into the throne hall to get you know um you know on the list of things to be talked about and to be considered. So the heart was like, well, can't we get in there to state our case? And that's kind of what's happening right now. So that's what's happening in their life. So um hopefully that makes sense. So that's what they have for you, Anjali. So many blessings for you there. All right. So continue here. Let's see. Got a couple more minutes. So I don't see any other donations. So let's take a look here. So Lakia Cooley, you want to know, what was Darius's thoughts about you on Sunday morning? Ooh, okay. Let's take a look here and see what his thoughts were. Okay. Right. I do like this. I know it starts off looking like what, but this is it's a good thing when you look at it all together here. Because this is the Wheel of Fortune is like, wow, and love and emotion, they really feel like, wow, this is changing for the better. They liked it, obviously, with the Ace of Cups, which is filling up and overflowing with emotion. And the 10 is like the change of Wheel of Fortune. Why these came up here, this is the fear. Expectations equal disappointment, and the Devil card shakes and rattles. And you know they like this, but they're afraid of this is what's underneath the surface. They enjoy it, they was passionate, but they're afraid, because the past is what the Saturn card brings up into people's face. That's like, oh my gosh, what is going on? Why do you believe this way? What is happening? And so with all of that, they're afraid. Well, there's fears that are there, and they're not like they're a scaredy cat. It just, the after thinking is like, okay, is this going to go like what happened before? And I'm not sure if this is if you guys have been in a relationship for a while or if he's thinking about other relationships too. In the past, after this is what happens, and da 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 and da da da. All this thinking that's going on. So you ask about thoughts. Their thoughts are like psh, woo, off to all these memories and all this thinking of what's next, what happened before with other people, and this is how it ends up, and is the when's the other foot gonna fall, and blah 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 blah. But then they go back to thinking about, wow, this is great. The emotions and the wheel of fortune is about, wow, this is really turning in, in a great direction. But oh, but so that's them. They're going back and forth. Are they a Gemini? I don't know. It's like they're going back and forth between two personalities, between their heart and their mind, their heart and their mind, their heart and their mind. So that's what's going on with them, which is good. It's better than going like, oh, you got oh, it was a nice card. No, it spawned stuff in them. So that's what they have for you, Lakia. So many blessings for you. All right. And we have reached my 2.5 hour mark. So, Light in the World, you will be my last free reading for this session. And if anyone else wants me to make sure that I do complete your reading in this session, then a donation is all that it takes for me to do that. I will make sure to complete them during this session. Otherwise, we'll sign off after Light in the World. But if you do need a reading tonight and you, of course, are not able to make a donation, I totally understand. We're not always in a place where we can do that. I get it. But I do have a ton of free content, a ton of free playlists, because I do put out a lot of readings, weekly energy updates, monthly readings for each zodiac sign, seasonal readings like Capricorn season. Um, what else do I do? Pick a card, portal readings, equinox and solstice readings for 3 months. So there's a lot of videos out there that are recorded. Where if you go to that playlist, if you just click on My Bread is Zen Mystic Tarot, it'll take you over there, and then just follow your heart. Spirit will guide you to the videos that have your messages there. So you can do that. I'm here every night, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, Friday, Saturday, Sunday mornings, 11 a.m. Mountain Time. I do offer personal readings. All that information with the sliding price scale is down in the description box of this video. I have a giveaway playlist. If you go to the top of that, it tells you how you can get into the weekly drawing where I give away one 30-minute personal recorded reading as well. So a lot of opportunities, a lot of information there. So that is what we have. And I will move into Light in the World. And Light in the World, you did ask, how do you win? You said you commented on a couple of videos, but you're not sure if you were entered into the contest. If you listen to that video, it is for the weekly energy update videos. And what you do is, like, I posted like this week's last Saturday. When you comment on those videos, after you watch them, of course, um, then at the end of that week, Saturday afternoon of the following week, I close those out, and then I gather all those names, and then I pick one winner and I announce it on Sunday. So if it was other videos, I don't include those currently. I am still this is going to be my last contest winner this coming Sunday for this particular contest and drawings. And I'm trying to think about what I want to do for next year as far as giveaways. If you guys have ideas, throw them in the comment on a video, just like, hey, this would be a great idea for drawings. And I do read every comment. So I love your ideas because this is for you. So let me know. All right. So, Light in the World, you want to know, will you move in January? Let's take a look here. So, will you move in January? Let's take a look here. See some clarity here. Well, with the Hanged Man here, this is more of a waiting period, holding out, kind of patience. So, with that, I don't feel like it will be. during January. It does show that there is a cycle, though, with the moon. This is like trust the cycles, that it will come to fruition. It's just it's going to take a little longer than anticipated, but it is to keep you from a firestorm. It is to keep you from having conflict and having something that it would, like, you're being saved from something. Like, so if you were going to move in January, it would not end up being in your highest experience. But you do have later, you do get the ace of, I'm sorry, the knight of wands and the king of wands. So this is about fast movement. This is about you taking control, and focusing your energy. So this will, there's a lot of fire, a lot of movement that comes here, but I feel like it's not in January. So, but it does come, and it does happen fast when it does, but I don't feel in January is when it happens. So, but that's what they have for you, light in the world. So hang in there, trust the timing is always perfect for you, right? All right. So last call here. Let me just make sure there was no donations. Nope, I don't see any. So that will be the last reading for this session for tonight. Again, thank you guys so much for being here and for all the love, all your camaraderie, and talking to one another. Just brings such warmth to my heart. And please know, as you do go throughout each and every second of every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and father of all things. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you guys again, have a great night or a great day wherever you're at in the world. And we'll see you soon. Until then, you take care.